Hey, you guys, what's going on? It's Fabio. I'm taking the back seat today. Uh, it's extremely hot out here today, so I decided to take a back seat. I'm actually waiting for someone, so I have a little bit of time. So I decided to go live, talk to you guys. Um, so I was just thinking, I'm commonly asked, Fabio, where's the money? I want to get to the money, Fabio. Where's the money at in commercial cleaning? And I'm gonna just give you my personal opinion. I'm not sure if it'll work in you guys' area or what. I'm assuming it would. So hot out here today. But so I'm gonna give you my opinion as to where the money is in commercial cleaning. Hey, Orion. Where the money is in the commercial cleaning business. It's three places that I generate most of my money. Okay. Commercial cleaning is three places that I generate most of my money. First and foremost, medical facilities. I'm entirely in love with medical facilities. Okay, medical facilities is very, I like to call them compact, very small. Generate me the most money, like period. And you wouldn't even think that a medical facility that you clean maybe 2 to 3 times a week would do that. But I generate so much revenue doing medical facilities. I love them. Especially preferred if they are carpeted. If they carpeted facilities or majority carpeted, that's like bread and butter right there. They pay out really, really well. Uh, Another account that I like to have is apartment complexes. Now, sometimes those can be a struggle, but it's good. I find it to be good money in those. If you can find it, you can get you a good apartment complex or apartment building or something like that. Number one, you'll stay busy. You'll always have work. Number two, that's like bread and butter. Okay? So, I would definitely say apartment complexes. And lastly, industrial buildings or industrial park type of buildings, plants, things of this sort. It's a lot of money to be made in plants. Now, you can rack up many, many G's really, really quick working at plants. Okay, so if you got a Ford, a Chrysler, some type of nut factory plant, or some type of auto packaging plant, or whatever type of plants, you can make a lot of money. I'm talking about in excess of maybe $5,000 monthly, and that's just on one plant, if bid correctly, right? 3,000, 4,000, 10,000. I have a plant right now that just paid me $10,000 plus. I'll say plus because it's actually more than $10,000, but $10,000 plus monthly. Okay, and that's my newest account or one of my newest accounts. So there's definitely money to be made out there. Um, if you can find it in apartment complexes, you can do it in medical facilities, and you can do it in industrial buildings. Okay, um, that's what I would suggest. Now, I'm not saying don't look for accounts anywhere else or don't try to pick up accounts anywhere else. I'm not saying that. I just find the most money that you can rack up really, really, really quick apartments or apartment complexes, apartment buildings, medical facilities, industrial buildings, or plants. Okay, so like the place where you guys see me at normally, that's a big, big paycheck. Okay, I signed on a $10,000 plus paycheck a couple months ago. Okay, and it's like a plant. Okay, so It's definitely money to be made out there, you guys. You just have to decide what you want. I mean, if you're into animals, that type of thing, you might want to go into veterinary. Now, I find those type of facilities to be hard to clean, but you might want to go into that realm. Okay. Some people like to do restaurant cleanups. Not for me, but if you want to do it, go ahead. So try to find like a little niche for yourself. If you're a woman and you into medical or CNA or that type of, you like to be around that type of atmosphere, you might find a great work in doing medical facilities, right? It kind of puts you around the environment that you like to be in, that type of thing. All right. And if you just like Fabio Hart, that you don't care, you just trying to get a check and provide great work, then you might want to go once again to apartment complexes, apartment buildings, medical facilities, and industrial parks or industrial buildings or like plants. Okay, that's where I find the money to be. That's where I generate most of my money in commercial cleaning, period, bar none. Okay, and I have a lot of contracts, right, from Atlanta and surrounding areas, Toledo surrounding areas, Detroit and surrounding areas. I still make off the back end in VA. That's up to a year. I sold those accounts, but there's a lot of money to be made in those particular areas if you just go after them. Okay, and when I say medical facilities, I'm talking about just regular clinics. Maybe different doctor offices, dentist offices, back offices or chiropractors. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, move in, move out, cleaning apartments or the actual offices. Yeah, the actual units. I mean, you clean the office too. The actual, leasing office, you clean that too. But I'm talking about the actual units, apartment units. And that's whether it's a complex or a building. So yeah, the move in and out realm. There's a lot of money to be made in there. That's where I generate most of my money. Yep. That's where I generate most of my money in the, most of my money come in medical facilities. But after the medical facilities, I would suggest plants or industrial buildings. A lot of people get intimidated when it's time to go into those type of facilities, but they need cleaners just like everybody else. And of course, apartment complexes, apartment buildings. Now, some people ask me about schools. We have schools. They can be headaches. No, it is not an alcoholic beverage, you guys. Apple cider. You guys have any questions for me? Now let's talk about LLC. Let's talk about LLC, you guys. Because I think a lot of people don't understand the benefits of having an LLC. If you don't have an LLC, you want to get an LLC. Okay? And I clean hallways and common areas of my apartment complex I have. Oh, okay. Okay. How's it working out for you? James Hanna. How's it working out for you? Now, I think a lot of you guys is missing a boat because if you got a sole proprietor, that's okay, just to start out. But don't try to make your home there. Definitely, at the very, very least, look into getting an LLC or signing over to an LLC because there's a lot of business moves you can really make. I mean, like legitimate moves. You could put your car in LLC. You could put, your phones and different things. Like, I've been learning up on it, doing research on it. So, there's a lot of things. Okay, good money. 870 one day. Okay. Yeah. Well, just because they come at you cheap, Jarrell, don't mean you have to take that. You have to explain to them why your price is necessary. Okay? So anybody, anywhere you go to clean their facility, they will want you to do it for the low. The object of the game for them is to get the cleaning job done very precisely, very clean for the lowest dollar amount. Yours is to clean their office, get it very, needy and tidy and all of that for the most amount of money that you can squeeze out of them. Okay? That's your job. So you're on both on the opposite end. But once you explain the reasoning for your price, then you open a whole bigger picture of the situation to them. You open, why it's necessary that this is the price that you have. Okay, so like I say, a lot of times they try to talk you down, and a lot of times people pick up those accounts just to say, "Well, I got me an apartment complex." And that's not the idea way of doing it. Okay, you'll rather not have that account and reserve the headache than have that account and just be dread going in there. You don't want to have to dread going in there. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, Orain, it's a lot of good qualities of having a LLC, and I try to tell people to go ahead and get it if they don't have it, because you can put your car in LLC, your home, you can put everything. You can put a lot of things in LLC. So, I was just at my phone. I got T-Mobile. I was talking to one of my T-Mobile reps, and or yeah, well, I call it rep, but one of the T-Mobile reps, and we was talking about getting my phones. I got two devices. Getting my devices put over into my LLC and put in my company, because there's a lot of write-off and a lot of benefits to doing that. The LLC actually pay you more money at the end of the year than not having things in the LLC. And I'm still doing research on it. Because I truly, truly believe in that. So even with my vehicle, this vehicle not, but my next vehicle, I'm looking to put in my LLC, and I'm also looking at business credit. There's a lot of things that we guys are missing that the millionaires and billionaires know about. Okay, so I will keep you guys tuned on that. You know me, I don't really like to speak on something that I'm not too familiar about, but I have been doing research on it, and I have been looking into it, and as I get to learn more about it, I will share that information. But the information is out there. You guys don't necessarily have to wait on me, right? You can look at other YouTube videos about it, people that's already doing it, people that know a lot about it, and see what type of benefits it is, and put in a lot of your assets into the liability, into the LLC. So, you guys want to keep that in mind. You guys have any questions? Any questions, you guys? Okay. Yeah, definitely look into it. Definitely look into it, dude. Let me ask you guys, the guys that's watching me right now, real quick. What's your monthly goal? You should have a monthly goal as far as revenue that you would like to make. If you're watching me right now, you don't have to tell me the exact figure. Give me a in between figure. 5K. Okay, that's your monthly goal. Okay. Okay, a lot of corporations. 10K. Okay, 10K. That's reasonable. Okay. Okay. What's your guys' monthly goal? What's your monthly goal, and where are you at now? Let's try to get you to your goal. Because 5 grand, to be honest, it sounds like a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money, and it's very doable. If you listen to some of the stuff a lot of the stuff that I say on these videos, it's very, very doable. Okay, and if you go after the right accounts, you can make that money in no time. Now, I can't guarantee nothing. I don't know a lot of demographics. A lot of the area has a lot to do with it. But if you don't have a lot of business in your area, right. 5 grand is not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. It sounds like a lot for those that don't see it on a monthly basis, for those that's not making it, but it's not a lot of money. Okay, you will run through 5 grand so quick your head is spin. Okay, trust me. But my goal is, and the whole reason for me doing my videos, you guys, my goal is to kind of get you. I want you guys to start setting quotas for yourself, and my goal is to help you get to that quota. Okay, reach that quota. And that's why I'm so hard on you. That's why I give you so much tough love, so to speak. A lot of hard motivation, a lot of hard talk, because I want to see you guys win. Me, I have goals myself, but see, it's just something that's in me that allows me to get up and get my workout in the morning, go from my workout to maybe a nice little breakfast, and then go straight from breakfast to getting it out the mud, so to speak. I'm knocking doors, I'm making phone calls, I'm making sure my people at the office is doing what they need to do. Like, I'm so everywhere, right? Because I know what my goals is. See, I gauge my business by quarters, okay? It's 4 quarters in a year. The first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter. My goals are gauged by quarters. And within 1 quarter, I expect to do X, Y, and Z, right? But by the second quarter, I expect to do even more. By the third quarter, I expect to do more. And by the fourth quarter, I expect to do extremely well, closing out the year, going into the first quarter, right? So whether you guys gauge your business by quarter or you gauge it on a month-to-month basis, you need to give yourself a quota. You need to say, I need to make these amount of calls. Whether, if you're cold calling, you need to say, I need to knock on these amount of doors per month. I need to send out these amount of flyers per month, right? I need to send over these amount of faxes per month, right? or whatever. If you gauge it by every 2 months or every quarter, however you decide to do it, set yourself a quota, okay, and stick to it. Stick to it. Some of you guys got quotas at work. You work in sales, you got quotas, right? Just like T-Mobile. Like that's my phone carrier. I go on there. They're always trying to sell you something because they have quotas, right? In there, it's rep versus rep. So the rep that win the most, they have profit sharing and a lot of things over at T-Mobile based on me talking to my representative. But it's a competition, but it's friendly competition. They compete amongst each other to try to meet the individual quotas that they have, or to outsell each other, right? The same thing with your business. You might not have employees, but in your mind, you should compete against yourself. In your mind, you should say, you know what? Last month was horrible. I need to do twice as better this month, right? That's the money that you can make in this industry is absolutely insane. Like I tell people, once again, the accounts that I tend to pick up and make the very most money in is medical facilities, okay? Apartment complexes or apartment buildings, okay? And industrial buildings or plants, okay? Now plants, I got plants that's doing double digits. I picked up an account that's $10,000 plus monthly revenue. That's just one account. The one where you're asking me to record most of my videos, it's more of the same, okay? We generate many thousands of dollars at these type of accounts. So that's why I say it's money to be made in the industrial or in the plants, okay? And a lot of times it's going to be day porter type activity going on there where you're going to have a morning shift, an afternoon shift, and an evening shift. Or you're going to have, like a morning shift and then an evening shift. They might break it down like that. So, which is fine because it keeps you working. The right size account, all you need is two workers. You have a day worker, or you do 2 per shift. 2 workers on a day, 2 workers on an evening, right? However you want to do it. But it's a lot of money to be made in those type of accounts. I urge you guys to look into that. Because when people ask me all the time, Fabio, what type of accounts should I go after? Those are the accounts that I generally tell people. Yeah, see, restaurants tend to put you in jail. I call it jail. Because once you're in, they don't want you to leave. I've even heard some restaurants trying to penalize you for leaving. But see, restaurants got me fucked up. Excuse my French, but they got me fucked up. There's no way in the hell will I stay at a restaurant, even if I negotiated the deal. If the workload became, too dramatic, too heavy for me, or I feel like I can't do it. That's why my paperwork, and I love my contracts. I love them with a passion. And that's why if you guys buy one, that's why you're going to spend so much money on them. I forgot my train of thought. But anyway, in my contracts, I got it stipulated pretty well. There's an out for me, and there's an out for you. Right? So that's the way you need to set your paperwork up. You need to be able to get out. But I don't even attempt to go after restaurants at all. I don't attempt it. And I give a round of applause to anybody who attempts to pick up restaurant accounts. Because if you can do that and actually make a good profit, very good. I give you nothing but a round of applause because it's grueling work. Let me see, the guy, he's very picky. He's only happy when I clean it myself. And I can only clean it. See, you're working like an employee. You need to set the schedule. Now they can tell you when The best time to clean it where the worker's not there, etc., etc. But you shouldn't be cleaning it, because see, there's a difference in being entrepreneurial and self-employed. When you're working within your business, you're self-employed. Entrepreneurs is like Bill Gates. It's like Fabio Hart. You'll employ someone to work on your behalf and do what it is that needs to be done. Okay? So if you're in that business and you're making money, you need to get a staff in there and train them. Say, you tell them, look, this is what it is. I have a whole business, sir. I can't, I can't be here like that. Okay? Now you say it in a professional way. Don't say it the Fabio way, because that almost make it, hey, get out of here. But you let them know, hey, I have a well-trained staff. They just as good as I am, even if not better, right? And then you train the staff. You show them what needs to be done. Oh, well, if no one ever works out at that place, then you need to be gone from there. If no one ever works out there, then you need to be gone. Because I'm sure whatever money they're paying you is not really worth your time. Whatever money they're paying you is not worth your time. I urge you to get out. Get out. Give them a written notice and get out of there. Wasting your time. You don't know you got a $1,000, $2,000 account right around the way from you right now, waiting for you to walk in there, but you're held up at this restaurant account. It's not worth your time. Damn, too much apple cider tastes kind of nasty. But you guys have any questions for me? I haven't went live in a few days, so I felt compelled to go live. More or less to tell you guys where the money is. I feel the money is in apartment cleanouts. I read a comment with one young man or somebody on here told me that they weren't making no money. Same thing apply for the apartments as it do for the restaurants, sir. If you got a apartment building, you're not making no money on it, that's not the apartment building for you. If you got an apartment complex and you're not making no money on it, that's not the apartment complex for you. You need to make money. They got money because a lot of them have other properties. Okay, but you can't. I don't know why a lot of you guys not getting what you do, but you can't make it seem like you're new, even when you're new. You have to make sure you're on top of your shit. You need to set the schedule, you guys. You need to set the schedule. Don't let your client set the schedule for you. Now they might tell you when you can come in and clean, when the office is closed, etc., etc. But you set the schedule. If it's something that sounds like you can't do it, don't even attempt to do it. Don't pick it up just to say I got a contract, because it won't last long and you're wasting your time for temporary money, right? When I'm sure you bought it like a month or two less away. What type of employment would you have? What type of employment would you offer an employee when you don't have consistent work? You don't have consistent work, then you have to use them. You should have consistent work. And my apartment complexes is it's Monday through Friday. It's always work that needs to be done. Trust me. A lot of these places have 200-300 apartments, right? And they have a lot of apartments that's in disarray, so bad, and it's just because no one has made the time to go in there and clean them out. They don't have the staff right now to go in there and clean them out. even if you're there, if you play your cards correctly, you'll be able to build them through the hilt, right? And make that work last and even get more money out of them. It's a certain way that you have to do it though. But in your case, to answer your question, if the workload is not there, what other opportunity can you offer your employee? There is none, unless you have another site to send them to. If you have another site to send them to, you can send them to another site until more work become available at that apartment building or complex. So that's where it's at right now. Um, another thing. If you guys not into residential or haven't even thought about residential, if you're just starting out, now I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to get you going to residential and both commercial, not right off the bat. I do both, but I've been doing it for a little while. What you want to do, if you're just starting out, is definitely take a look at residential, because whereas you can make $1,000 a week doing residential, cleaning, homes and things of this sort. Other things that you can clean out is boats. You can go to the marinas in your area. We got these successful entrepreneurs and business people. They need their boat clean. You can clean boats, right? These are just other ideas that I'm giving you guys. Boats, homes, cars. You can do car clean outs, right? Clean out the cars. But even if you don't do the extra stuff, okay, that's kind of extra. Even if you don't do the extra stuff, you can make a cool $1,000 in a week's time just cleaning homes alone. Whereas you can make $1,000 monthly in just one account, like just one commercial account, right? So you get $1,000 monthly in one commercial account, or you have the ability to make $1,000 a week just cleaning homes, provided that you get X amount of homes to do per week. That adds up to about $1,000, right? So that's $4,000, hypothetically speaking, a month, right? There's a lot of money to be made in the commercial properties, okay? The only thing that I'm not a big fan about in commercial, they really, really picky, or can be really, really picky. Who is they? The homeowners, right? Sometimes they want it meticulous. They want to put the lamp this way, do it that way, do it this way, do it that way. It's a lot of money to be made, but it can be a headache. It's just a matter of picking the right clients, I guess. Let's see if you guys have any more comments here. So I'll be on the news in my area real soon. I'm doing a little press run I haven't been on in a while. So I'm decided to get back out there, do a little press run. Guys, the visibility is real. The visibility is real. I'm gonna share with you a tactic that I use. I'm gonna share with you guys a tactic that I use, okay? So on the radio stations, right? They say call in with your shout outs and this and this and that. Call in with your shout outs. What I did was called in, shout my boss out, and it was funny because people that I know actually listen to the radio, right? So I'm like, yeah, I use my middle name. I'm like, yeah, this is Nick. I want to shout out my boss. He a great boss. And they was like, oh, what's your boss name? And I was like, Fabio Hart. So it's like, oh, what type of work do you do? I say, oh, I'm in a cleaning, work for a cleaning company, Hollywood Janitorial. Why I say that, right? Why I say that? Crazy enough, a lot of people just started like calling me like, Fabio, was you on the radio shouting out your own company, acting like you work for your company? But that's just shameless promotion. That's just getting your number out. Now, I didn't get any calls, per se, anybody want to sign up. But that's just getting your name out there. Just one little situation like that, where people just hear about it because they listen to radio at work, right? They listen to radio at doctor's offices, at clinics, right? And then I'll be doing a little press run where I'll be on the news promoting this. But there's a lot of money to be made once you gain that visibility. How you guys think Trump made so much money? Trump used the media to the hilt, right? I mean, sure enough, he was born into money. His dad had money, and yada, yada, yada. But his dad did not have the persona. His dad did not have the visibility as Donald has. Because Donald know how to manipulate the media, right? And once you become a good media manipulator, where you're able to get a story for just the weakest reason, the money that can be made using the media as a visibility source is just paramount. It's just crazy. Let's take Darnella. She did it one time. Darnella, you guys heard the story about Darnella. She used the media one time. I helped her put together a release. She actually got coverage, actually got picked up in her area. And it just snowballed from there, right? Now Darnella is already in double digits. Well, Darnella is just a hard worker herself, right? So if for you guys that's catching up, Darnella is one of my subscribers here on YouTube. That a minute ago, she just went through a few of my little programs and things like that, helped her out. Now she's making double-digit monthly revenue. I won't say the exact numbers, but she's in the double digits. But to go back to the media story, and I know media may not be for everybody, but you guys should definitely consider that. Definitely consider that. It was crazy. I don't know what made me call in the radio, but I called in the radio, got through, shouted my own self out, right? And shouted my company out. So every little bit count. Every little bit count. Another thing you guys might want to use is bandit signs. Okay, bandit signs is sometimes what you see on a light pole. We clean houses, $69.95 for 2 rooms, whatever. You might want to use bandit signs, okay? And that works well for the home business, like the residential side of things too. Because if you clean a person's home, you just ask them, hey, is it okay if I leave my bandit sign in your yard? They say, sure, go ahead. And then the next thing you know, all of the people in that neighborhood are going to see that bandit sign with your number on it, your website, your email address, whatever the case. They're going to get to contact you and say, yeah, I seen your sign in my neighbor's yard. I want to know how could I get you to clean my home? So that's a good way to generate a lot of money. Yeah. My hair is it's always been long. It's just real curly, so a lot of times it might look short, bro. It might look short, a lot of times. Pimp Godfather said it. Yeah, but you guys definitely want to take a look at that. I'm not trying to force you guys into doing the media. That might not be your thing, but always have yourself out there. Always have it. Be proud of your company. Get your shirts made, guys. That's the very least you can do. Get a few pullovers or baseball caps made with your logo. If you don't have a logo, put the company name on it. Okay? Like me, I don't necessarily have a logo, but I have my company name on everything. We switching up the colors of our shirt. You guys see me with the green shirts on. I was inspired by T-Mobile. I got some new shirts coming. Really cool. We went over to pink. I don't know how that's going to play out, but it's different, and I'm trying it. So, you guys have any questions for me? You need to, again, always have your your signs, your business. Always have that material out there. Okay? You know, you could put together your own stories. Put together your own stories to drum up business, right? Try something. Try something. You never know until you try. You never know until you try. You never know until you try. The business that do the different, the most different campaigns is the business that actually win. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing, dude. Pink and black. Pink and black. Pink and black and pink and white. Yep. You know, as soon as I told my sister that we was going over to pink, we doing pink. Yeah, as soon as I, oh, that's like, yeah, as soon as I told my sister, I said, you know, we taking Hollywood Janitorial, we doing pink and white, pink and black. Instantly, she correlated that with, I don't know if you guys familiar with, you know, the wrestler Bret the Hitman Hart. He's also from Canada. He also carries the last name Hart. And he also wear pink and black, right? So she's like, oh, you just can't get out of that Bret Hart thing, huh? Because I was a huge Hart Foundation Bret Hart fan growing up. He was like my idol coming up, you know. So, but actually, I was motivated by T-Mobile. You know, you go in there, you see pink, there's pink, that, and actually kind of sweet. So when I went to pay my bill, I said, you know what? I'm looking around. I had an epiphany. I'm like, okay. I'm like, T-Mobile shirts look nice. I like the pink thing that they got going. So I'm gonna try it out. We got the shirts coming in. You'll see me with it on very soon. Got the pink hoodies, pink thermals. Hollywood Janitorial. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna have to call them back. You guys got any questions for me?